Okay, we are on the air. So, no, Alvin, you don't have to put it down. We're going to give a couple minutes for everybody to get in here. One of the things I loved about using OBS was that we could kind of like still do this in the background, but I could have something else playing in the foreground to let people know it's kicking off.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
And with this, you can't do any of that, but for that, you need a real computer.
Yeah, it's hard to even use OBS on this stupid laptop that I have. It works, but not really.
Yeah, mine is... OBS alone I could do if I was doing a camera, but I also had everybody else trying to video conference, trying to video conference through another app.
Yeah.
And it was just too much all at once. And then you couple that, you take all that's already in play on a not real powerful computer and you put it on hotel internet.
Yeah, hotel internet's probably at least as bad as my internet, probably, I would say.
Whatever, I run off of a phone.
Yeah, but phones have really good internet nowadays, Chuck. Like, phone internet is now, like, usually way better than house internet. Like, yeah, I try to steal my brother's internet all the time.
Not when you use over 35 gigs a month and they throttle you when you're in high traffic areas.
Tell me about it when it comes to using too much a month. That's why I had to do this whole unlimited bandwidth thing with my company, because you originally get 300 gigabytes for a month, and we basically use a terabyte a month. So that 300 is gone within the first 10 days most of the time, especially if my nieces are over here a lot. It just goes by so fast. So, yeah, that's why we have to pay like so much for the shitty internet that we have.
So this is not just me. I wondered if I had something going on. Sin just said that your camera is doing this autofocus thing again, and I've been watching it since you've been on.
You didn't say anything, and I could have turned it off this whole time.
Well, because I thought maybe it was internet related.
No, it's my camera. I'll fix it. 1 second. Turn it off this whole time. I actually need to get the chat loaded up because I completely forgot we were actually live, even though you said we were live. I didn't grasp the thing. Oh yeah, we're live, and there's actually a chat going.
That happens a lot.
Well, as you guys know, I kind of took a little hiatus from streaming, so I've kind of, even though I've gotten used to streaming, I kind of fell apart of it or away from it for a little bit.
That's okay. That's part of asking you to come in here tonight was to get you back in the swing of things. I think that's going to become very handy with you with what you have going.
Oh yes, I definitely think so too.
What's up, Mr. Truck Rebel MK FPV Fixer Guy?
That's one hell of a name. That is one hell of a name, and it should be fixed now, so there should be no more autofocus.
Okay.
Well,
let me get the stream loaded up.
Hey, what's going on, Top Gun? Yes, hump day.
Finally.
Wednesdays at 9. Time to get the camel on.
Yeah, I'm surprised Josh hasn't done the intro yet.
It's not as much fun when you kick it off and there's two people in here. I want people watching me when I'm being an idiot.
He's like, this idiotness isn't free.
Oh, it's free.
He's like, no, you're wrong. It's free.
I don't charge.
So, Jim, you got the camera hooked up already, huh?
Oh, nice. You got that camera you sent?
Oh, I sent him a bunch of stuff.
Oh, nice. I have not seen video about it, so I did not know. Well, I know that you sent some stuff.
If it ain't on video, it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Exactly. No.
You did a video. You did a video. None of us just watch his channel. Oh, sorry, Jim.
No, I just haven't watched it yet. Oh, it just went up. That's why. Oh, there's a mosquito in here. Go away, mosquito.
He's coming for your blood because you're sweet and tender.
It likes that. What is that? Oh, negative. Good stuff.
Yes.
Alvin does look
Where's Ryan when we get the innuendo started?
Yeah. Wait, I didn't hear you, Chuck. You cut off halfway into it.
Oh, I said you do look juicy.
I do look pretty good today. I do look pretty good. Yeah. I need to shave because I got patch fuzz growing. It makes you guys actually look like you guys are like full on bears, and I'm just got this little patch fuzz growing.
See that gray spot?
Oh, I thought that was a patch. I didn't know that was gray.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story though. What was that, Chuck?
You see that gray spot?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got rid of all this gray spot.
Yeah, I was like, where's it at?
It's coming back.
Yes, I agree, Top Gun FPV. All beards matter. Even though I can't really grow a great one, not yet. It runs in my genes. I don't shave that often. So, yeah.
So until 2 years ago, I could not grow a beard without patches. And one day I just decided we're going to grow it and see where it goes. And of course, you know, even the areas around the patches kind of grow in, it kind of hides them. Well,
Yeah.
now, just I think from letting it go, they did actually grow in. So there's this old wives' tale. See, I've always questioned this. There's this old wives' tale that the more you shave a spot or cut a spot, the thicker and longer it grows or the faster it grows. That has only ever proven true in one place, and that's this eyebrow right there. Now I have one hair. It grows longer than the rest and faster, and I have to trim it about every week.
Yeah, I used to think that for the longest time until my sister-in-law, who is a hair person, she's a stylist, she's like, no, you need to let it grow. If you want it to get thicker and fuller, you just got to let it grow on its own. It'll thicken up on its own, basically, or at least it'll try to.
So if you're really interested in giving it a shot, I would tell you just let it grow for a little bit, you know, half inch or so, quarter inch, even before you might decide to shave it all off, and to do that a couple times because you might see things change. It's like once they realize that they can be let loose, they're like, ooh, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I have been starting to do that. I let it grow for about a month or so, and then I'll shave it. It doesn't grow very much in a month, but at least it grows.
Well, Josh, your audience has arrived.
Yeah, I see them. So now we'll go ahead and kick this off. I want to welcome everybody to this. Man, I forgot the date that fast. It's January 23rd edition of Hump Day. Woo, woo.
That's all right. I honestly forgot what day it was, too. So you're perfectly fine.
Well, I just looked at it, and as soon as I turned my eyes back and started talking, I forgot again.
You're like, wait, what day is it? Oh, shit, I just looked.
Hey, we got Outcast in the house. So you guys that may or may not know, Top Gun FPV is Cody Seals. He's down in the Fort Worth area, and I've gotten to hang out with him a little bit with Ben Cole over the last 6 months or so, I think on 1 or 2 occasions. Totally awesome. Now, the bunch of us last year met Reagan while we were down in Fort Worth, and so Reagan's been a staple too. Really great guys. And then there's E-Drone.
Oh. And then there's Eric.
I'm just kidding. I'm glad to see Eric here.
I had a great time flying with Reagan, man. Good dude.
They all are. And, you know, now that I'm back where I am, been spending a lot of time in the Northeast, I'm really missing those Fort Worth trees, man, because vegetation does not grow in the North like it does in the South. Completely different.
Them Texas trees, yo.
So
I love flying them oak trees. So who the hell are we talking to here? You gonna introduce the man?
No,
definitely not. Good point, fair point. We spend so much time talking, I don't feel like he needs an introduction, but for you guys out in the audience, this is ErrlRC. Now, you're going to have to explain where the Earl comes from because, you know, for a while we kept calling you Earl, but your name isn't Earl.
No, it's not. My name is Alvin. Like chipmunks, my name is Alvin. The name Earl is actually, it's funny to say this. Well, I don't feel weird saying it on this channel because it's more free on this channel than compared to mine, which is a little bit more family friendly. Yeah, I can't even talk. But yeah, Earl is basically one of the nicknames for hash oil. So basically, I used that nickname a long time ago for gaming and a whole bunch of other stuff because I for the longest time I was a glassblower and I was big into the cannabis business community, everything. I was in the industry, and so I just kind of adopted the nickname Earl for the longest time, and I just started using it. So I decided to just carry it on to my YouTube channel for RC and whatnot. I didn't think it really fit at first, but then I just went with it.
Actually, it kind of rolls right out of the mouth really well. That's why, I think a lot of us didn't even hesitate. Whereas you see a name like MD95 TSI, and immediately you're like, what's your name, bro? Chris? Yeah. Okay, we're just going to call you Chris.
What's up, Rebel MK, and everybody that says hi?
Man.
Rebel MK is the homeboy.
In the pot already.
I've been talking with him a lot, man.
Yes, Jim is also right. I was thinking about that name for a while, Chipmunk FPV. Like, I joked around with that name for a while. If I ever got serious into FPV, I'd start a different channel and call it Chipmunk FPV. And it would be like I already have the logo planned out and everything. It would be Alvin and the Chipmunks. He'd have goggles on, like some Fat Sharks or some box goggles, doesn't matter. But he'd have a transmitter in his hand, and that would be it. And you wouldn't actually see a drone. You'd just see the transmitter and goggles.
Well, what it means is you can still be Alvin and the Chipmunks, but then you need 3 drones, and one has to be outfitted in red, one in blue, one in yellow.
Yeah, but my favorite color is green, and I want them all to be green. As you guys know, for those of you that don't know me, my favorite color is green, and I have too big a love for green. I can literally have everything green. And it's weird because I have blood red walls. I didn't choose these walls, but that's what I have.
So now I'm curious, Alvin, because that's the first time you've alluded to anything from your past, at least while we've been talking the last couple months. And so you were in the green industry, in the hemp industry and marijuana.
Technically, I still am in a way, but not as big as I was before.
Okay. And so did you have a growery or something, or did you work in one?
I still grow, yes.
Okay.
Well, shoot, man. If you've been doing it for a few years, I might have sold some of your product in California.
You probably have. You probably have.
I actually used to work at the clinics all the time.
If you were down in the Southern California area, probably.
Very neat.
Yeah.
So, as far as RC goes, tell us a little bit of what you've done in the past in regards to RC.
Well, RC has been around. Well, ground RC has been around with me for the longest time. I started playing just toy grade RCs when I was like 5, 6 years old, in the middle of the 90s. My first hobby grade RC was my Traxxas Stampede. I bought that in 1998. So I have it now for 20 plus years, and it no longer looks the same as it was, but I still have it. Believe it or not, I still have it. It now looks 10 times more badass than it ever did. It's this bad boy right here. It's got a custom body on it. It's got a bunch of different upgrades to it. Completely brushless, waterproof. This thing was really old back in the day. It came with completely different electronics, brushed motor, magnetic speed controller. Didn't even have a proper speed controller. It's basically non-proportional, where you just give it a little bit of gas and the whole thing's gas. There's no like feathering it or anything. It's just all go. But that was when they first came out. They were like that. They switched out of that like right away and sent out proper ESCs and whatnot for it. And I used that for the longest time. I did some racing here and there, but mostly like parking lot racing that they used to have back in the day. They used to do a lot of parking lot racing at like grocery stores, hobby stores. They would set up like little race tracks in the parking lot and do like weekend races. And that's what I would like to try and do every once in a while. I would race the Stampede. I had a whole bunch of other RCs that I sold a long time ago to basically help out my glass blowing career and other endeavors that I tried doing that did not turn out. But yeah, it's been a long road with RCs, and I just recently got into drones this past year, and I cannot thank like people like Captain Cook, Drone Warship, MD95 TSI. Those were the real first 3 that I first started watching and got me into like the drone scene and whatnot. And then I slowly really started getting into the FPV thing maybe the last couple months, where I really started wanting to do the whole like tiny whoops and whatnot, do the actual FPV game, because I love FPV. I haven't really got to do it as much as I'd like, but man, because I can't really see that great line of sight. I have eye problems and I don't wear glasses. I need to, but I don't. So when I'm flying line of sight, it's hard for me to fly very far and still be able to keep control, see the orientation and whatnot. So FPV is so much better for me because I just stick my face in the goggles and bam, I'm there with the drone. I'm right there with it. I can see where it's at. I know where I'm at. So it's a lot easier for me to fly FPV, I think. I haven't tried the racing drone yet, although...
Bro, first of all, let me tell you that when I meet somebody new, you know, one of my first questions is, do they line of sight? And if they do, then I know that we can't be friends.
Wait, did you say if they do?
That's right.
Well,
you know, when I got into this,
time, I had no other choice, so that's my excuse.
I've had a lot of conversations with people that will say, you know, you got to work on your line of sight skills. You know, it's valuable to be able to, when you're doing a maiden and this and that. No, I disagree. Because when I do a maiden, I take it outside, I put it out in the middle of a big grassy area, and with a lot of hesitation, there's always a lot of anxiety involved in that first arming hit, right? Yeah. And I arm it, and if it freaks out, I just cut it and let it fall into the grass, right? Now, if I arm it and it goes good, then I start on the throttle, just inching it, because I've had one shoot to the moon. I've had other ones cartwheel and, you know, go gymnastic style across the lawn. And so if those two things go good, then the goggles go on. That is the extent of my line of sight skills, and I do not even care to grow them further because line of sight is hard, and I got into it for FPV.
Hey Josh, I actually have one more step you can add to that. That's easy peasy. I hate line of sight as well. I will not. Absolutely refuse to do it. Is when you have it out there on the grass before you put your goggles on, you have it armed, everything's spinning. Just barely touch forward, back, left, and right, and watch which way it tilts. That way, you know everything's spinning in the right direction, and it's all going sweetly.
Yeah. I actually do some of that on the bench with the props off, because with it just plugged in, you know, you can hit the yaw, it'll spin, you can hit the roll and the pitch, and you can get an idea of which motors are hitting off. When I initially arm, even every time I go out, though, every battery that I plug in, I give a little jiggle both ways just to make sure that nothing flips out, and then I hit it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually getting this bad boy up in the air. For those of you that don't know, Josh was awesome enough to send me a Wizard X220 from Ishin. I'm still trying to get it all set up and bind and whatnot, so the top's off, and I'm still working with it. So I'm still trying to get everything figured out. It's going to be my first acro drone that I've ever really flown. The only real brushless drone that I've ever flown was this guy right here, the MJX Bugs 3. Which is a great drone for what it is. It's not a great camera bird, I would say. I mean, it is and it isn't, depending on how your skills are, I guess. My skills for a camera drone with this, not good. It's not like as a camera drone, this is not good for me because I don't know. I need more stability and stuff for camera purposes, I guess. But
sure, I get that. You know, I got to fly Eric's Bugs, just line of sight, mind you. But I've seen where a lot of people will outfit a video transmitter in there.
Yeah, I actually do want to put FPV in there. They have a camera that you can actually put in there, so I don't even need to use it for line of sight. I can just use it for FPV.
Gotcha. You know, Joe, so Joe stands out there, and he just said this guy's going to be so addicted. You know, that's why we have Alvin in here. We've actually been talking to Alvin for a while, and we knew a little bit about what he did with his ground RC and all that other stuff. And when he said, because I didn't even know he was into whoops, right? He said, well, I have this whoop. And then I started asking questions. Well, because it came up because of his transmitter. He's using one of those little jelly bean transmitters that come with like the inductrix.
This
and I was like, no, we can't let that happen. And the more I started asking him questions, he's like, well, I don't have goggles. I kind of just use my phone. And I don't have this. I just use that. And I was like, found my good deed for the year.
Yeah, let me grab my old setup if I can actually find it. Crap.
It was a Wizard that I was intending on resurrecting. Now, it's not in 100 pieces or anything. It only requires a bind, like a flash to beta flight, if you want to go that far.
Yeah.
But just binding it and assigning your auxiliary channels will go ahead and let this thing fly. Don't try to talk over me.
I'll talk over you, boy. The VTX was busted. Fortunately, you sent him a second one, which we're going to get installed for him.
Yes. Yep. This is my original setup. I basically bought, or I didn't buy this. Somebody sent this to me. ErrlRC sent this to me. It's an OTG 5.8 receiver that goes for your phone. Basically, what I do is I take this little thing out, put my phone in here, slide it in there, and then connect it. I put the antenna on it. There's no antenna on it at the moment. And then it actually works pretty good. You have to download an app. I use, I think it's called Flyer FPV or FPV Flyer, something like that. And it works really good for the most part. It binds, or not binds, it finds the channel right away. These are much better, though. He sent me these. These are the eSheen VR007 Pros. These are a lot more clear. My face can fit in them a lot better. It's just a lot more comfortable. And now it's just a lot more easier for me to see.
Have you been using them a lot with that whoop?
Yes, I've been using these new goggles with the whoop quite a bit. That's my biggest problem is, though, with this whoop is still I only have one battery. I know Josh sent me a few packs of batteries, but I don't have an extra cable to actually connect them because he gave me the regular like gum pack stick type whoop batteries that don't have any cable or wire on them. And this is directly on the board itself, the plug. So there's no way to actually plug it directly on there. Yeah. So I just either need to get the female adapter myself and just solder it back on there or just make an adapter with it.
Get on.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just limited. Like, that's the thing that sucks about me. I'm on disability income, and my RC spending budget is like the smallest that you could ever imagine. It is literally $5 to $10 a month, if that sometimes. And I have to save most of the time just to try to get anything because $5 to $10 really isn't going to buy you anything. So you usually have to save for a couple months just to even buy one part that you want. And man, this last year was horrible. The last year started off horrible because I saved for a whole year before that to get myself my very first brushless RC truck. And I ended up getting ripped off by TomTop.com. Never fucking order from TomTop.com. They are fucking ripoffs. And I apologize. I don't know if you guys allow cussing or anything on this, but
no. Hey, no fucking cussing here. God damn it.
I know, right? Shit, what kind of channel do you think this is?
They are fucking ripoffs. Well, I just, the reason I say that is because I kind of run a little bit more of a family-friendly RC channel, so I don't know how everybody runs their channels. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, fuck TomTop.com. They basically ripped me off for $150, and I waited so long for them to ship it because they kept telling me that it was shipped that by the time I tried to get the money back, there was no way. The bank basically told me, you're screwed. You waited too long.
Well, all right. So Joe mentioned this video, which I was going to talk a little bit about anyway. So for anybody who doesn't know, Joe Stan is a sponsored freestyle pilot in the FPV community. He is sponsored by both his original sponsor, Hot Dog FPV, maker of everything fabric in FPV that is wonderful and good in this world, and by Armitan. So those are the two I know. If there's any more I haven't heard or they're just escaping me.
I will subscribe to him right now.
Yeah, so Joe put up a challenge to the community. He said, if you know somebody who could use some gear, make a video nominating that person and explaining why you nominate that person to be eligible for his giveaway. Now, immediately I laugh because you're going to get the people that go in there for their own purposes. And they're like, I could use it, but that wasn't the purpose. The purpose was to nominate someone else, the gift of giving, you know, being thoughtful for someone else.
Yeah.
Being selfish, right? Which, let's face it, this hobby is terrible for people like that.
Oh, dude.
You guys know I've had some pretty shitty experiences with some FPV live streams and stuff before. I've told you guys I stumbled into the wrong groups before, and they were fucking dicks.
Yeah, you find any of that going on here, you let us know. Oh, Joe said, and CNHL. I forgot about that, Joe. So, sorry, CNHL. CNHL.
Yeah, but this is the important one. I saw those vultures in there trying to get on it. Oh, gimme. No.
So, if anybody wants to nominate a friend, or if you want to take turns nominating each other, like Joe's fine with all that. But the point isn't for you to nominate yourself. So here's the deal. You have to create a video explaining your nomination and post it with at least a link to his original post. So if anybody wants to nominate Earl or Sin, or anybody else for that matter, get in on it. And if you want to go in on it together and do each other's favors, then do that too.
I would love if somebody did that. I think that's an awesome sort of giveaway like idea. I think that's freaking amazing for somebody to want to do something like that. I think that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, he said it was his way of giving back since he has such wonderful sponsors. Basically, he doesn't have to fund as much of his hobby himself anymore, so he wants to help other people that aren't as lucky.
Yeah, the people out here that I've met on YouTube so far, the good people, they're amazing. Like the people that are good, they're truly amazing. Like Chris, Captain Cook, you guys are fucking awesome. Like seriously, the people that I've met that are actually like nice, genuine people, like they're some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, honestly.
Stroke me some more, baby. It'll get you everything.
Where's that beard at? Bring it over here. Bring it over here.
One of those links, one of those posts for Joe is pinned to the announcement. Oh my God, I'm going to try this again. So one of those posts is pinned to the announcements in the FPVnoobtube Facebook group, and that's where you guys can start staging everything and looking into that. Since I plugged Joe, I'm also going to plug, since this is, you guys have literally a couple hours left if you want to submit. We have the Night Rip Challenge going on. You have only a couple requirements. Has to be 2 minutes or less. Has to be at night. All right? Not with the sun up. Not with the sun behind clouds. It has to be nighttime. All right? And it must be posted and uploaded directly to the FPVnoobtube Facebook group. It cannot be a link to YouTube. So if you want to get in on the Night Rip Challenge, go ahead and get there tonight, because come tomorrow I'm compiling the list and putting the poll up.
That sounds fun. I wish I had this thing up and running. I would try something like that. I'm not ready to try FPV because I don't have the VTX set up or anything yet. But yeah.
So Earl, wow, see, I just did it. So Alvin,
call me Earl. Like I don't mind.
I figured. I briefly considered putting the whole thing together. So literally, all you had to do was power it on. My fear was that when something started going south, you wouldn't know where to start. And so knowing that it was 85% there, I actually told Chuck, so now I'm coming clean with you. I'm like, I'm going to send this fool everything he needs and then some, but he's going to have to invest just a little bit himself.
I don't mind doing that. I actually really like the fact that you're helping me learn by setting it up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie. It would have been nice to be able to do what you're saying, just to try to plug in the batteries into the controller and just go, basically just fly. But I actually really like this because it's helping me learn the ins and outs of it. Like that video you had me watch earlier, setting up the endpoints and all that, and the trims for the FlySky FSI6. It came in handy. It really did. And I can't wait to actually get this bad boy all set up so that I actually can fly it in FPV. It's going to blow me away the first time I actually am able to fly in FPV, because I'm already terrified. I'm not going to lie. I'm terrified, but it's going to blow me away.
I don't know. The first time I flew FPV was actually just frustration for like the whole day. And then the next day, I'm like, wow, this is a little fun. I haven't crashed in 2 seconds. Next day, I was like, damn, this is my life. This is my life.
Yeah, I started out with months of frustration, and at times I did have to talk myself into, keeping at it, but it has definitely paid off.
What is it? It says, Earl, I'm going to send you a receiver. A receiver or a VTX? I have receivers, Blizzard. You sent me a couple different FlySky receivers. I'm holding it to the screen and not to the camera. I'm sorry, because my screen is over there and the camera's over here. So I keep getting thrown off. I apologize. But
so BlizzardOx, I actually sent him something like 3 or 4 X6Bs, which are diversity receivers, and I sent him 1 or 2 of the big clunky receivers that come with the Wizard. They still work. Yes. So he's definitely good when it comes to receivers. I will say if he's going to need something, it'll be a VTX. Wow.
I tried to catch a mosquito there. It didn't work.
Speaking of which, I have not. Alvin, I haven't forgotten. I am going to get you that antenna that I got with the MMCX connector for that VTX.
Oh, thank you. That would be awesome. Yeah, Chuck was telling me about how to have it out the back of the drone instead of how they normally have it at the very top where it's just going to snap off. And then I seen your video, which is also showing the same thing that Chuck said. So that's definitely a good thing to have been taught, because I had no idea. Because when I seen that the VTX was broken, I was like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, there is a Mach 2 or Mach 3, Mach 2 in there. So a little bit of soldering, she'll be good to go.
Let me grab
Yeah, Alvin, with that antenna I'm going to send you, you're going to want a mount for the back. Yeah, I'm sending him an Axie that has the pigtail on it, the MCX pigtail. So you're going to want, get Chris to print you up for that frame, just a little top one.
This is VTX he sent me right here.
You got no light, brother.
Yeah, I would say it's low def, but it's basically just zip tied and double-sided taped to a pyro flip, like flight cover.
Yeah, it says
controller cover. Yeah.
I like it.
All right, Rebel, you send him one too. I'm sure he's going to need more than one. Like it's a MMCX.
So guys, what I sent him was I'll say 85, 90% ready to go Wizard. I sent him a whole spare Wizard frame, so he's got extra arms, extra motors, extra ESCs. I sent him a pile of extra ESCs aside from that. I sent him 2 spare motors aside from that. I sent him a bag full of propellers, or not propellers, sorry, antennas.
I was like, I wish there was a bag full of propellers.
And I actually meant to pack some in there, and I just forgot.
Well, at least there was the set of propellers that is usable. I mean, they are pretty chewed up, but they are definitely usable.
So there was good stuff in there. And then to top it all off, when I was ready to seal up the box, I realized I didn't have any bubble wrap, any packing peanuts. I didn't have even newspaper to stuff in it. So I started filling it with empty water bottles and egg cartons and stuff just to fill that dead space. So his initial reaction when he opened it was
the egg cart. I saved every bit of it just because I was like flabbergasted. I was like, wait, did he send me a box of garbage? Like, didn't he send out his recycling?
So there's a handful of us that are going to be giving Alvin a hand getting that thing wrapped up so he can get it bound and get in the air and just start his FPV experience. But you know, this FPVnoobtube, like what you see going on here with Alvin, like this is the epitome of why this whole thing exists. This idea of community and just working together, being friendly, and allowing everybody, that's yourself and other people, to enjoy the hobby.
I'm kind of getting caught up in chat.
Josh, I don't know if you noticed what's going on in here, but we got a Joseph Ford saying he's got a bag of props for him. Rebel MK saying he's got an antenna.
Well, hot damn, everyone. I don't even know what to say, honestly.
So, Chuck, Joseph, yeah, Blizzard Ox, Joe Ford. Yeah, I've seen all those guys. So, Joe Ford is the guy that decided for Chad that he wanted to donate a bunch of stuff to Chad's build. Joe lives about an hour and a half, probably closer to an hour and a half away from me, and I'm just trying to figure out when I can meet up with him to grab that stuff so we can get Chad's build done and get that thing in the mail.
That's right, Reagan.
I'm putting my email into the chat, so because it's hard for me to keep up with the chat and like actually grab people's emails as they're typing them. So I'm just gonna throw mine out there. If you guys want, you guys can go ahead and send me the email, and then I will return the email to you guys.
You don't have to put that out there, man. We'll get everything set up.
No, but if you want to put your PIN number out there, I'm okay with that.
Well, it's a channel email, so I really don't mind. I literally don't use this for anything but YouTube, so it's all good. It's not like it's connected to PayPal or whatever.
What is your PayPal and your PIN?
Oh, you have to get my PIN number from somewhere else.
Oh, man. Yeah, Chad, it's coming. If it was just the frame, it would already be in the mail, bro. But now we've got to just figure out the light logistics of getting all the parts in one spot and then getting them in a build.
I That's what I'm actually really happy that you did send it to me at like 80%, because it's actually given me the fever to want to try and build a, not necessarily like a second one, but you know, build this one up and customize it and whatnot. Because I'm already thinking about like green standoffs and stuff like that for it. I want to get some customization done to it eventually.
That was the point.
That because that really was the intent of sending you something that wasn't 100%. I didn't want. This is what I didn't want you to be one of those guys like we were, like me and Chuck. Well, definitely like me. I opened the box. Now, initially, and I was telling you this earlier, the Wizard was not plug and play like it was touted to be. But we opened the box, we turned the thing on. 3/4 of us, nothing would happen. We didn't know what was happening, so then we had to start researching. We found out there wasn't a ton of it out there. One of the few people that did have some stuff was your boy Icky. And anyway, in a couple days, we had ourselves in the air, and of course, me, oh, I got this. I played video games my whole life. To the moon. Yeah. And then Return to Earth kicked in.
Come plummeting down onto the ground.
Whereas I think if you put just that little bit of time into it, you will lose some of the fear, which is something I knew you were going to have, a little bit of anxiety, because we all had it.
I definitely had quite a bit of anxiety because, honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I like going fast with the drones and the cars, but these are a whole new level of fast. And just, I don't think that my skills are quite there, but I'm trying to get them in the trainer and the simulator and whatnot, especially now that you sent me the actual cord and everything so I can actually hook this up to the simulator. I was only using my Xbox One controller with FPV Freerider, which if you've ever used an Xbox One controller with Freerider, it is not good. It is not good at all. It works, don't get me wrong, it does work, and you can fly like acro and stuff with the Xbox controller, but you need a proper controller. You really do.
The ergonomics are completely different, so it's like using your keyboard, right? Can you use your keyboard to control FPV Freerider? Yes. Are you actually learning anything? Nope.
I didn't even know you could use a keyboard. So that actually just blew my mind right there. I had no idea.
Yeah. You can use a mouse and a keyboard or just a keyboard. Like, you can play it like World of Warcraft if you want to, but you're not helping yourself get acclimated to flying with a transmitter. Yeah,
that's the main thing that I really wanted to get something like this. For the longest time, I was aiming for something like a jumper or something, just a multi-protocol transmitter, just because I wanted to be able to bind to this and stuff. But once I found out that they have those modules, which, you know what, I was going to save it for a video. I was going to do an unboxing video. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to open it right here. I don't give a fuck. I got it. I'm just gonna fucking open it. I really don't care.
You're a monster, Alvin.
Well, it's not like somebody. This is one thing I actually did by myself. This was only like $8, but it was money well spent.
I think you can rephrase that to money well burnt. That's how I
exactly. Yes, that's a more accurate representation. Yes, money well burnt. Oh wow, it actually comes in a nice packaging and everything. I was thinking it was just going to come in like a baggie or something, or bubble wrap. It's actually in an iRange X bag and everything. Nice little packaging. I apologize for the weird lighting. It's because my lamps are over here, not back there.
Dude, I'm using a lamp that I bought in Walmart and taped some paper.
Josh is like, what lighting?
Yeah, today I have no lighting.
You actually have pretty decent lighting for in your truck, Chuck. I will admit. For in your truck, you have some pretty decent lighting.
Dude, I have a lamp I bought from Walmart sitting right there with paper taped over the light.
Oh, see, that's what I should have done. I should have added some sort of filter. Because as you guys can see, I have a really high-powered LED bulb right here. So, and this is a crappy, like, low-profile bulb. So these two clash really hard. As you can tell, I'm really white on this side and dark as heck on this side.
This is what my old streaming used to look like. I'd have to go like this, and it was, like, super creepy because I was all close to the camera.
Hey, at least you're able to look into the camera. You're like, what's up?
In the hotel, I use these little LED lights that I can place around.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Yeah,
they do. They have cold shoes and things, so like I can put them on little tripods and things. But here, I just didn't even bother. What the lighting that you see is coming off my screens, and that's it.
This thing is pretty nice.
I love creepy Chuck too, Blaze.
Oh, creepy Chuck's the best, especially when he has like a noose around his neck or something.
I know, right? He came in like a wrecking ball and then lost all of the wrecking ball.
Yeah, he lost the wrecking ball. Now he's just the wreck.
The wrecking ball's right here.
He's all, you like my belly. Get in my belly.
My belly.
He's like, ooh, I like the baby.
The other white meat.
Yeah, baby, it's what's for dinner.
So, guys, don't mind me if I'm looking around here for a minute. I am going to make sure that our list of donators has not updated. I see Plummet's made a few deposits today, so he's up in his ante. But I don't know if we've had any new donators. I guess I'm going to start figuring out what the list of names is going to be for the next giveaway.
He's the only one so far that I'm aware of.
Yeah, we only have 4 or 5 that have donated through Super Chat. And for you guys that don't know, we do giveaways every hump day right now while we can afford to. But we're only doing them amongst the people that have donated because that's fair. So this is driven by you guys. Like, I'm not throwing my money into it. Chuck's not throwing his money into it. We're really not making anything from the channel as far as ad revenue or anything. So really, our income is coming from those donations, and rather than 5 people donate and everybody has a chance to make out, we're going to make it whoever donates has a chance to win.
So break out the wallets and throw a 5 spot down on it, and we'll get something cool as hell to give to you guys.
There's something cool tonight.
But also, we do little giveaways, just stuff we have around, stuff we come across, you know, that we're like, yeah, this is a cool little thing. We can hook everybody up with this that's available for everybody in the chat. And as a matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. What I got for you today is I got 4 skids for your quad.
Oh, nice. Oh, those are the pasties you were talking about earlier.
Pasties. Anyway, these were printed up by MDTSI. What's the hell is this channel name?
MDTSI. Sorry, MD95TSI.
Okay, they're printed up by him, guys, and he actually he'll print for anybody. He doesn't charge very much, so you guys want to hit up his channel, do it. But
he's a great guy. Great guy.
Everybody in chat, you're entered for a pair of skids. This dude is Josh.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm just formatting the list of participants now. In fact, let me go ahead and share my screen so I don't forget.
Just not to interrupt you guys, Chad Ball was asking you guys, how do you guys donate? There's a link down there at the bottom of the text chat where you implement your text. There's a little thing that looks like a money sign. That's the Super Chat link if you want to do Super Chat. I answered for you, by the way. I hope you don't mind.
I didn't really want to explain it again, so you're all good.
Now, here's how we're going to work this, guys. We're going to go ahead and take a list of all the people participating in chat right now, and that's the list you see right here. If somebody hits who does not want it, you can decide to just send me a message with who you want to send it to, or you can decide that we should roll again. I'll leave it up to you. But this is the list of participants for everybody in here. Chuck wants to give away some skids. For anybody that's never used skids, they're a great way of protecting the ends and the bottoms of your arms a little bit, and your screws that you use to hold your motors in. So,
and you can look really cool like Ladrib when you come in for a landing, and skid to a halt, and then flip your hair back like a supermodel.
Flip your hair back.
Well, you can't do a proper skid without the hair. You got to have the camera land on you and do the hair flip.
I don't. My drones.
I know.
We were trying. I was trying to talk Chuck into doing that, and he gave me a little pushback. So we're getting suggestions for like, why don't you use PayPal? There's less overhead. Things I've already said to you. All right, well, let's pick a name while you chew on that for a minute.
Oh, we're gonna set up something, guys. It's coming soon.
Well, yeah, I actually do
All right.
suggest PayPal because you can set up what's called a PayPal Me account, which doesn't involve giving them an email or anything. You give them an address, a web link, and they can donate through that.
This guy needs to start playing the frickin' lottery. So, Adam, if you like some skids, let us know. If you're going to pull a typical plummet move and decide you don't want them, you got to let me know that too.
Adam is awesome. I give big respect to Adam. He helped me get my soldering kit that I have that helped me solder my FPV camera on this little whoop. So big thank you to Adam. He is the man.
The only guy I know that's upset to win something.
Right? He's won more stuff.
Okay, Adam wants a do-over. He doesn't want to be in it. I'm going to remove his name.
Yeah, the last half of that was Adam wins more stuff and gives it all away.
This guy, huge heart. Adam has a huge heart. He wants everybody to get what they need so that they can do what we do.
Adam is one awesome dude. I will admit that. He really is.
All right, here goes the do-over. All right, love my drones. So love my drones.
LMD. These won't have any eye juice on them, I swear.
Thank you, Adam. Love my drones. Go ahead and send me a message either on Facebook, send Chuck a message either on Facebook Messenger or in YouTube Messenger or whatever, and he'll make sure to get those things dropped in the mail.
My name is Charles Hoover in Messenger. I'll type it in there for you.
Last name Hoover, like the vacuum, because he likes to suck a lot. Oh, too good. Too good.
Hoover like the dam because I blocked that ass.
That's actually a good one, too. I didn't even think about that one. That's good, too.
Joe Ford, thank you so much, sir, for that dropping that 20 spot in there. That's going to go a long way.
All right, now love my drones.
This
we're
guy,
gonna have to see some. We're gonna have to see some badass skids from you once you get these.
Man, Joe has because this is not the first time he's dropped Super Chat in here either. Between his donations and just the generosity of the giving, because this guy has given quite a bit to quite a few people, even if it's his time. He says no problem. I know he loves to do it, but it still deserves a thank you. So thank you.
Thank you, Joe. We love you, Joseph.
Real noob crew.
Yes, thank you, Joe.
I can't make an end.
He's just like
trying to make gang signs for noob crew.
He's like, eh.
There it is.
I got your gang sign right here.
Love it. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We got 19 viewers. Probably our good old steadies. Since we're on a roll, got everybody all excited about giveaways. Should we announce the other giveaway for the donators?
I think that's a great idea. It might get these cheapskates to open up their wallets so they can win something.
All right.
I give you shit with love, everyone.
So there is still time for you people that are interested to make a small donation and get in on it. What we're going to give away tonight is an ISDT charger. This is brand new, never used. I did open it because I like to inspect things as they come in to make sure that everything is in good working condition. You can see even the plastic with the ching chong is still on it. Never plugged in, never used for anything.
So basically, guys, if you guys want that thing, you guys need to throw a donation in there. Otherwise, it's going straight to Adam or Joe.
Pretty much. Well, no. Hold on, Chuck. You're misunderstanding. Anybody that's ever donated is in that list.
Oh, okay.
Anybody that's ever donated. Because, look, we were receiving donations through the last quarter of last year. It's not fair to exclude those people. And we kept telling them, it's coming, it's coming. There were some things we had to get straight. We had to get some stuff in-house so that we could even do something with it.
Ooh, Major Hoover. I like the sound of that, Rebel. You'll address me as Major Hoover from now on.
Oh,
if you make the sucking sound afterwards, that is acceptable.
I think he actually meant to pronounce it mayor, not major, but yes.
Yeah, no, I'm going
to start.
Major.
I think Chad Ball is having some issues with the super chat. Sometimes super chat is really, really annoying.
Well, I will say that I threw out there the idea of getting other mechanisms in place.
We're working on it. We're working on it. The only one I had a problem with was Patreon. And if anybody doesn't know about that, we ain't getting into it here. It's political as hell, but Patreon sucks a dick.
Yeah, I thought about that a while back.
Josh, you look confused.
Fill us in. I forgot what you told me.
Pretty much they decided that to cut people's livelihoods off of some big YouTubers that were around. I ain't going to mention their channels because it's political stuff, but they decided to put their own curb on free speech. So Patreon can suck it.
Weak.
Gotcha. I do remember you telling me now, and I did remember that you told me a damn good reason. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Hey, if there's one thing I'm gonna fight for, it's that, man.
But yeah, if you guys want any help with the PayPal stuff, I have plenty of experience setting that sort of stuff up. I've been with PayPal for a decade and a half.
That's probably the way we're gonna go. I don't see it. I don't see a better alternative.
It's honestly, especially the way that they have it now set up, where it's this whole PayPal.me thing. You set your email that goes to your PayPal up to this thing called PayPal.me, and it's all through PayPal, so you don't have to worry about it going through some third party or whatever. You basically give them a .com link. It's PayPal.com or PayPal.me/whatever fucking name you make it. It'd be probably FPVnoobtube crew or whatever you put on.
Well, heck, I don't see anybody else that wants that charger. I mean, I'll take it. I've been wanting one of those for a while.
Guys, it's a good charger, so we don't have the funds yet to go buying like $100 items to give away because we would be out of money like all at once. So this charger is not the top tier charger, but this is a damn good charger. I mean, it'll charge high amp. The one caveat to it, because some people don't realize this, so let's go ahead and throw it out there just so you guys can be educated. But ISDT makes really nice chargers that have a lot of configurable options. The one thing is, this does not plug in with a standard like barrel connector for the wall. This actually plugs in through an XT60 connector. So what you need to do is get like a wall charger and then just put an XT60 connector on it so that you can power this. But
I bet you could probably find an XT60 to US adapter probably somewhere.
Hold on, guys. Lupus.
You can.
Lupus, just make a donation into Super Chat and you are entered. We are giving it away tonight, right, Josh?
Yep, we're giving it away tonight. I'm going to give you guys a little time just because, again, we're not trying to pressure you guys, but we want to be inclusive as you guys want to be. So, and our big thing for this year was to start giving back to you guys. So
I'm the pushy one. So break out your wallets, fools. Win some good shit.
I'm waiting for that millionaire to come in here and make that $1,000 donation so I can put the fireman's pole back there and really start ramping things up.
But hey, none of it's for us, guys. It's all going to give stuff to you guys. I don't want none of them.
Josh is going to set up a panic button, big old red button on his desk. He hits it, fire pole comes down, disco ball drops, rave music starts playing.
I don't know, Josh, about how many people we got in the drawing
so far. We have 5.
Odds are pretty good, Lucas.
1 in 5 odds. That's pretty good so far.
Throw in $5, you're in. It's better than a damn lottery ticket, that's for damn sure.
Oh gosh, that's exponentially better than a lottery ticket for sure.
But if you want to throw in more than 5, feel welcome. Generosity is awesome. God, I sound like I'm selling shit now.
Jump forward, you guys. It does take. Hold on. So Joe Ford, this guy, I'm telling you, I don't know where I found this guy, but basically Joe's saying he has an AC/DC 24-volt transformer, and he's asking if this thing takes 24 volts, because Joe is just aching to give some more stuff away.
That's a good.
He said he will happily give it to make it work for someone.
Noid actually said something really good. XT60 to an alligator clips. You can run that on your DC battery. There you go.
Yes, yep. Joe. It takes 24-volt DC.
Yep, like Sinister said, that's a great field charger. And if I'm not mistaken, you can do parallel charging with that, right? It's got enough in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll charge like 12 amps.
Dude, that little tiny thing just rocks. I need to get one.
Yeah, well, for a while,
a great charger. I have none.
For a while, I considered putting it to work, but.
Ooh, we got $20 from Love My Drone.
Oh, what the hell? Okay.
Lupus, we're going to do it a little later in the stream. We're going to give everybody that wants to a chance to throw as little or as big of a donation as they want in there to get in it.
But yeah, since we're on the topic of chargers, I'm glad that I have the.
You guys know we're not trying to hit you guys up for money, and there's no minimum give, except for whatever the minimum of super chat is per se. We're just, you have the same odds if you donate $5 as somebody who's donated 100.
All right, so, but if you do 50 cents, I'm just going to talk shit to you.
You donate 50 cents, you're dead to me, son. You're dead to me. Oh, too good. Too good.
Anyways, this ain't no pledge drive.
I don't think they would. I don't think you can actually donate 50 cents. I think the smallest amount that you can donate is like 99 cents. And you can't, when you do 99 cents, you can't actually write anything. It just goes through.
All right. Well, if you do 99 cents, I'm going to talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, 12 amps for something that small. It takes up to 32-volt input. It's really of, how much power supply can you put behind it. So,
well, you'd hook that up to like a batch charging station, right? A little plug-in that goes into like a 5 charging port, basically.
So you can put it on a parallel charger, and then you can charge multiples with it.
Yes.
Simultaneously.
I don't see no super chat, Blizzard, just for that.
All right, let me make sure.
Everybody to talk shit. Look at that.
Let's keep our eyes open.
I honestly don't think it'll let you go 50 cents.
Too bad. We'd probably get a shitload of donations just because people want me to talk shit. 99-cent challenge accepted. Oh, shit.
Man.
All right, Blizzard, for every 99 cents you donate, I will not smoke a cigarette during the stream.
Yeah, now donate up to 5 times and you can get into the giveaway.
You know I chain smoke on this damn thing, so get to donating, fool.
All right. We're going to change the subject for a little bit. We'll come back to that. We'll do the giveaway here shortly. We'll give like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we won't hold it up anymore.
Joseph Ford with $1 donation.
This guy.
And if Adam wins this again, I'm just going to be like, what the fuck?
If Adam wins it, he better start playing the fucking lottery and like lay off the 12 packs.
Straight up.
Oh, kick them right in the nuts.
Shots
That's how we
fired.
love around here.
Yes, Ed, the $2 minimum is you have to donate at least $2 if you expect to put any text on your super chat. So when you do the super chats, you can actually write something down on them, but you have to do at least $2 to be able to write something down. Otherwise, it just goes through. It shows that you did a super chat, but it doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, I'll get on my iPad real quick and I'll check and see where that is for you. But it should just be down where you type stuff. It should be a money sign in a square. But I'll look. Turn off the camera real quick so you don't see my ass crack as I go to the back.
Can't be any worse than seeing Chris's ass crack the other night. He had like a good crack going on the other night.
Oh, Chris has got great crack.
Hey, FPV Authority, Aaron Leslie, aka Icky. He's around. You'll catch him in some of the FPV Facebook groups, but he is on a hiatus. He's enjoying life a little bit, taking care of some things around the household that he has to take care of. So he's just doing him and doing what makes him happy. For a little while, he got a little frustrated with the hobby, and we'll leave it at that.
Well, you will still see him around quite a bit because he's making ads for GemFan and who else?
Oh God, I don't know. He's done like 3 or 4, and then he's done some for local companies and stuff now too. But
yeah, he's done a little work for Rotor Riot. I don't know if he's still doing that, but he's working the industry, man, instead of flying in front of everybody lately.
Bro, we missed that guy too. Let me tell you, David Hines, Copper Top FPV, a few weeks ago challenged him to an FPV fly-off at the FPV Battles group. If you don't know about that, look it up. A lot of fun. I'm just waiting for somebody to challenge my ass. I know I could challenge people too, but anyway, he got Icky to come fly a pack. He hadn't flown a pack in like 3 months. And let me tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that video. And it wasn't that next level Icky stuff, with the editing through the roof. This was just raw flight, which Icky's got his own style. It was fun to watch. Quad Farm, what's going on, Rob? I've seen you around, brother. Haven't seen you in here.
Rob, how's them goats, buddy?
Night, Jim. You have a great rest of your night, brother.
All right. Hey,
All right,
hold on. Can you present me real quick, Josh, so I can show Chad what's up?
Present you?
Make me the main screen, man.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know what this word is, presenting.
All right. Hopefully you can see this. Can you guys see it? Right there, Chad, in the very bottom corner. That little money sign. Hope you can see. Yep.
Gotcha.
Right there.
I see what you're doing. Also, so yeah, on a phone, that'll do it. If you're on a computer by chance, it's right here, down at the bottom of the chat window.
Yep. It's pretty much located the same way on the phone, but it's a little bit different, slightly different.
I hit that, nothing happened. I try again. I don't know what to tell you, bub.
Well, when you hit that, you then have to hit the super chat button. And then you can do something.
Yeah, once you hit that, another thing pops up. It says super chat.
Right. Oh, it's not all about the Benjamin. Sometimes it's just about getting that super smooth, creamy footy.
I'm going to press it real quick and see what happens on my end, Chad. I don't want you to miss out if you want in on this. Yeah, when I pressed it, my keyboard came up, a window came up into the chat. And all you got to do is put in your message and buy and send.
Sorry, I don't want to get everybody. All right. So right here, there's this button here, and if you hit that, then Super Chat pops up, and then you got to hit Super Chat because they want to make sure that that's what you want to do. And if you get this far, you can't back out. No, just kidding. There's a little X up here if you change your mind once you even get to that point. Or you can slide that slider all the way over.
Yeah, it looks just like that on the iPad.
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
And Chad, is there a way to enter a name on your own when you just do the super chats when you pull up the thing to choose the names?
Lupus, you do not need a credit card. I have done super chat before once, and I have PayPal only, so it does work with PayPal.
All right. I don't want to not be helpful, but I feel like I'm begging.
Why are you begging?
I don't know. Beg for anything.
I'm just trying to help him
I
out. If he
lie.
wants
I will
on this.
beg for one thing, and it can't air on YouTube.
He's
Ooh.
I beg for that G. No.
No. He's talking about donuts, bro.
Yeah, them cream filled donuts.
So I was really happy with the latest video I put out. You guys know I've spent a lot of time over the last year trying to really hone in my flying skills. It's just been a goal of mine. And part of that journey has been figuring out how to get the quad to work for me. So I really jumped into rates tuning. A few weeks ago, I put one out on using the yaw pitch and roll rates to really make this thing sing for yourself. And let me tell you, I've been beside myself with the feedback that I got on that video. I just put another one out on using Throttle Mid and Throttle Expo, and you guys have been awesome. I have so much communication going on. Sometimes questions, a lot of times just thanks, and I'm eating it up. I won't lie. I will work for sandwiches. They cannot be taxed. It actually works out better for me.
That's a pretty good payment to pay somebody. Yo, you want a hoagie? All right, there you go.
Will work for me.
Just throw the sandwich in my mouth.
Oh, there's one.
There's Chad. There we go.
All right, added.
Hey, did you see the authorities message?
Which one? Let's see. There was quite a few.
If we can tell them what yaw flight is, one word, they'll donate, and the newest noob gets it.
Ooh, he challenged me or challenged us. Now, if he's talking about the FPV authority, and I don't know if he is, because I'll be honest, I haven't heard of the term yaw flight, but I know that the FPV authority was putting up challenges to fly a course, to set a time, and then hopefully other people in your area would come and be able to fly that same course and try to beat your time. And getting that acceptance into, or making that entry to the FPV authority made you FPV authorized. So
That's what I would have said. That's all I know of it.
Yeah. That's all I know. Who's Oscar? Oh, is Oscar the squirrel?
Lupus asked, how will the winner be contacted and how will it be shipped?
I will ask you to contact me either on YouTube chat or on Facebook chat, and I will ship it to you.
He means messenger.
Yeah, sorry.
Chat, messenger, kind of same thing, I guess.
Oh, that was the answer, huh? All right. I wasn't sure if that would be it, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, I really like the idea of the FPV authority, and up until a few months ago, I don't think we had enough activity around here to really do anything with that, because we had kind of a really underground, actually, I'm not even going to use the word underground, we had a very unpopulated FPV community. Just in the last couple months have we really dug up people around here, so I'm working on it. I want a spot that is going to be worthy, and I can't wait to become the authorized.
Right? I ain't much of a racer, but I'll crash into shit real fast.
What? Isn't that the definition of racing?
I thought so. I don't know if the authority over here has the same feeling. I think he likes a nice clean run, fast as you can get.
Yep. I'm going to be crashing at high speeds. I know I'm going to crash a lot. So that's what I'm trying to get prepared for. And I know it's going to happen. And I'm not ready. I mean, I'm not ready, like, mentally for all these crashes, just because I know it's not. I'm not something. I can't even talk. It's not something that I'm used to with, like, breaking parts a lot. I mean, yeah, I am with ground RCs, but not to this magnitude, because these things can really break something if they hit something really hard.
Yeah, respect my authority. I had to say it.
There we go. Very cool.
360. Oh, you should have made it 350.
Now his stipulation was that if he won, it goes to the newest noob. How are we gonna do the newest noob?
Oh, it was the newest noob?
I believe that's what he said. I'll scroll up.
Well, I take cashier's checks and money.
Alvin is pretty damn new.
Well, we're not just.
No,
you need vision.
I was going to say, I take cashier's checks and money order. Oh, man.
Now, finding out who the newest noob is might be a difficult thing, Authority. Would you be accepting of someone who actually has a great need for it?
No time, John. I do not take my shirt off at any time.
Well, if he wins, hold on, Chuck. This is if he even wins the raffle. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hop out here real quick.
Hold on a second. I apologize. Dogs are going off.
So I got to be entertaining. He's going to hop out. All right. Yeah, I'm so good at being entertaining. Here, this is for Blizz. Going with Creepy Chuck. Now, Alvin, you said you were going to hover test that quad today. Did that happen?
Yeah, you know that didn't happen.
I'm trying to fill time here, Bubs.
No, the reason why it didn't happen is because there's just a couple things that I really have to do. I have to get this receiver binded to the FlySky FSI6, which should be pretty simple. I just need to rewatch this video that Josh linked me to. And the other main thing that I really need to do is I need to set up this i6 on Betaflight with the endpoints and the trims and whatnot.
Damn, you got the lingo down. That's for damn sure.
I'm a fast learner when it comes to certain things. Like if I really put my mind to it, I can like learn certain things really fast. It's just certain things it's hard for me to grasp, like get the right thing. I have a hard grasp of even talking. I can talk sometimes, but sometimes I can't. But yeah,
that's all good. It's all good.
That's the main thing. Is it just basically binding the controller to the receiver and then doing the endpoints and the trims, and then according to Josh, I should be able to do a hover test after that.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you guys seen in the link there. Josh put out the link for the Authority's latest video. Y'all go get y'all authoritized.
All right. What do you say we kick this thing off? So, I definitely want to be inclusive of everybody, but the stream cannot go on forever.
This is your last chance, guys. You want that charger? Get your donation in.
AA, we will definitely make sure that this guy has figured out what his rates are. It's coming. First, we're just going to let him get in the air. Even in a stabilized mode, we'll just leave him be and just let him experience seeing through those goggles.
Yes.
What the bird is seeing.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to take it too fast. I'm trying to take it slow, but head first, if you guys know what I mean. I want to take it safe, and I want to take it slow, but I want to dive in head first. I don't know if that even makes any sense. When you dive in head first, you're not really going slow. You're going pretty fast. But yeah, I want to try to take it nice and safe. I want to, learn acro and all that stuff the right way, not just haphazardly, which a lot of people do. No offense to the people that do that, because that's how a lot of people learn, is just jumping straight in. I can't really learn that way. It's hard for me to do that. So that's why I really like having the transmitter to hook up to the FreeRider, although I know everybody's telling me to get lift off. I don't have the $20 to afford lift off, so that's why I don't have lift off. I got FreeRider for free. That's the only reason why I have it.
You know what? That's a real good idea for something to throw into our box, is a lift off key.
Oh, I have thought about that. Believe me.
I'll tell you, I wish I had a computer that would properly run a simulator in any fashion that's not FPV FreeRider, because this winter that would have been nice while everything's been wet and just blustery. And today I thought I was going to go out Now, I did get out a little bit yesterday for like 20 minutes on a break. Today, I thought I was going to have a little bit more opportunity to get out, and I went out. It hadn't been too gusty. No sooner did I hit arm and get 50 yards away, and like a damn hurricane came. And I finished the pack, but oh my God, it was like blowing me towards cars and trees and houses and everything else.
Yeah, that's another thing is where I live at is in the middle of a valley, and there's basically no trees around where my house is except for maybe like 3 trees on our property. So there's no wind blockage around here. So when it gets really windy, it's like 60, 50 mile an hour winds. The other day it was almost 75 mile an hour winds. So on days like that, I'm like really terrified of trying to fly, but I know stuff like this can handle like 30 to 40, 50 mile an hour winds pretty easily. Right?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you that most of the time for a good day, you're looking no more than like 10 mile per hour winds with 15 mile per hour gusts, because more than that, it's going to blow you around a lot. Now, that's where acro mode and stabilized mode become hugely different, because with acro, you can set yourself to that angle to fight the wind, and it's going to hold that position. With stabilized, it's going to blow you all over the place because it's always trying to stay flat.
Yeah, I was barely able to hear you because you went robot there for a second, but I understood everything you said.
I think it's because the mic is bouncing around when you're being animated.
All right, we'll try this and see if that's any better.
Now it does sound like you swallowed.
It's kind of sexy, but I don't know if it's going to work for the stream.
I just want to say thank you to like the people that are posting this stuff in chat that are saying stuff for Earl. You guys are freaking awesome. Like every single one of you, I can't thank you guys enough for whatever you guys are offering to send me. Like even the smallest little thing, I truly appreciate from like the bottom of my heart more than anything. Even stuff that costs like $5 to me means more than anything. Just because to me, for me to be able to get these sort of parts, it would just take way too long. And that's what's kind of detoured me away from this sort of part of the hobby. It's just because for the longest time, it was a little too much out of my reach. It's something that I didn't think I would be able to quite obtain, you know? And through the generosity of some really, really awesome people, I'm actually able to do that. So I can't thank like the people that have done that enough.
Well, that's what it means to be part of the noob family, brother.
I honestly love being a part of the noob family. I'm a new noob like you guys are saying, but I'm loving it so far. So you guys are all awesome, every one of you.
If you guys want to be close, I'll let you know next time I'm in your town and we can get real close.
Ooh, I'm coming over, bro.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. We are going to do this giveaway.
Dun, 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 dun.
So here's how this is going to work. Here is your list of people. And I will give up to 48 hours. I will reach out to somebody. If they're not here in the chat, we will give them up to 48 hours to claim it or decide that they want to re-raffle it. Or if they just want to give it to someone or whatever. All right? Yes, I snore loud. And we'll go from there. Hopefully, somebody that's in chat kicks this off and becomes the winner. 3, 2, 1, go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bam. Oh, God.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Should we, like, pretend that one didn't happen?
What is it?
Val's life.
I didn't know that person was a donator. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, she's donated a couple times, actually. Chad said I needed. Chad, you better get out of here. All right, well, I will reach it. Look, everybody's so unimpressed with this. I have to, guys, understand, because of integrity, we have to honor this, and we'll see where it goes.
I'll see if I can talk her out of it.
So stay tuned.
Wonder if I have her on Messenger.
I have nothing to say, neither good nor bad, so I will keep my...
So not just going, just pick again. All right.
Hey, she's donated a bunch of times, I mean.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hit her up on Messenger. Maybe we can get this settled by the end of the stream.
Okay, I was going to say, I was doing the same thing. I'll let you drive that.
Pretty sure that's her. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been aching to really get out and do some flying. Because let me tell you, on this new build, running that Hyperlight glide frame, Bob Rugi's latest incarnation with those X-Flight, or oh my God, with those iFlight Sing motors, man, now that I've got the throttle curve where I want it, and I've kind of figured out, because, see, I went from 2300 kV motors to 2750 kV, so it's kind of a big hop, and there's just so much more power available, and just getting used to kind of rebuilding that muscle memory for where to go for certain things has taken a little time to adjust, which I anticipated, but I'm ready to really go out and do some flying, because let me tell you, I don't know what it is about the build, but the floss style flew very good for me, but I had to learn to fly it, per se. Now, it was involved in me really wrapping up those flying skills and getting used to it. However, this frame, from day one, even before I had the rates completely dialed in, was 100% solid. Like, I never doubt what it's going to do, where it's going to go, how it's going to do it. It is 100% locked into me. And so right now, I am rearing to get out with my other two amigos and burn some packs.
Yeah, I guess just do what they're saying. Just hit her up and see what she wants to do with it, like everybody else is saying.
Yeah, and you know that's a thing that each winner has the potential to do, is say, no, I want to recycle it back into the group or whatever. Adam. So Adam's a good example, right? We did a giveaway, and at the time, we only had like 4 or 5 people who had donated. Adam won that Meteor frame, and Adam said, I don't really want it. Do a giveaway. And my question to Adam was, do a giveaway just for the people that have donated, or do you want me to do a giveaway for everybody that's participating in chat? He wanted it to be everybody. So that's what we did. So as the winner, you retain the right to decide how you want to treat it. Do you want to claim it yourself, or what do you want to do with it, or do you want us to facilitate something?
I agree, Plummet. Pay it forward. That's one thing that I wanted to also say thank you to Josh for, because Josh had sent me a few antennas. And this antenna right here, he sent me 2 GARTs. One of these GART antennas, these Pagoda antennas, this is going to Jim, Sinister RC Dad, or Sinister the Drone Network now. He doesn't have a Pagoda for his Fat Shark Recons. So I figured one of them is not going to hurt me. So I'm going to go ahead and ship it to him, hopefully by Friday. That way he has an actual antenna for his goggles.
There's a little bit of explanation I feel I owe you for one of those, because 1 or 2 of them has like foam or glue or whatever you want to call it all over the outside.
It's been put back together for sure. It's this other GART antenna.
Here's the deal. It is actually brand new, never used, never flown. What I did was I took, it's Gorilla Glue that foams when you use it, and I put it out there. Oh, not that one. Sorry, I was talking about another one.
Oh.
I thought one of the Pagodas had like a shell of like glue foam shit around it. And I was just going to explain that it's not broken. It's brand new. I did that to protect the Pagoda, because Pagodas can be a little fragile.
No.
Okay, I must have given that one to someone else.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because the only
yes, that one. And it's not that I was trying to give you stuff that was busted, but the shell got broken. So I filled it up with foam and glue, and then just stuck the piece of shell back on.
It works great. This was actually the first antenna that I put on the goggles before I swapped it to the Foxier one. I was using this damaged one just to see if it worked good, and it actually worked really good. The only reason why I swapped it over is just for the looks, just because the other one looks a tiny bit better. But yeah, it works great.
While we're all stroking Josh's ego for his great generosity, which it is fantastic.
Yes.
Dude, this fool sent me a Mad Mushroom V1. This is like a $30 antenna.
It's a nice looking antenna.
Bad ass.
How does that connect? That's not an SMA connector on the end of that, is it?
SMA, yeah.
Oh, it's just the way that you're holding it. The angle looked like it was just that flat piece on the bottom, and there was no connector on the end of it.
It came with one of those little plastic star things, so you can.
Oh yeah.
You can put it on by hand.
That's cool. I like that.
Great antenna. I recommend them to anybody for your goggles.
Joseph Ford says, "What is fragile?" Fragile. I think that's is that Italian? Is that what he says in Christmas Story?
Kind of
I
fun.
will throw out there, if any of you guys, based on Chuck's advice, are going to go out there and look for a mad mushroom, the V1s, if they're not completely dried out by now, they will be soon. The V2 is out, and it's just a smaller, lighter, updated version of the mad mushroom.
So they say.
All the old heads aren't exactly jumping on the new one.
Right?
Now, it's a great goggle. So, you know, one of the most important things about anything FPV are your eyes, right? And because not every VTX for a while supported, you know, transmission of sound and things. And so the one thing that keeps you connected to that bird is your transmitter and your eyes. And you guys that are out there, you know, I talked a lot to MD95 about this because he was along the lines of, I want the $10 VTXs. And of course, they're breaking every other day. They don't give you the control you need. They don't give you the ability to use smart audio or change channels, which in the group setting is huge. But he finally started to realize after buying one TVS Unify how much video quality he was missing and how much his flight has come since he started using a better VTX and better cameras. You cannot understate how important your eyes are in this hobby.
Yeah,
I don't know if anything's a guarantee RC fun, but I'll tell you what, these things are absolutely known for ditching foreign signals.
Right. So here's the deal, and this is kind of where I was going with this. You can have a good video receiver, you can have a good video transmitter. What you need to complement those things are good antennas. And there are some antennas that are better suited for reception and some that are better suited for transmission. And even though you can use them interchangeably, if you get a good antenna that you're using for its intended purpose, it's going to do a better job. Here's the deal with the mad mushrooms. They are what you call a scalar planar anyway. What they do, you know, you guys, we preach left-hand or right-hand circularized. And what that means is that the radio wave is formed so that it rejects echoes. Okay? So it rejects, because what happens when that radio wave hits a hard object, especially something metal like a hangar bay, it comes back at you, but now it's spinning the other way. Using a skewed planar antenna not just picks up on one rotation or one circular direction better, it actually rejects the opposite radio waves.
In other words, it's really fucking good.
In simplification, it really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of antennas and whatnot, or no, finish, man, before I change.
Well, I was just going to say, as long as you're using decent antennas, this is not going to be night and day difference. This is going to be the little bit in the details. So,
yeah. Speaking of antennas, I'm picking up my Crossfire starter kit this weekend. I saw the boys talking about it in chat and just got me excited all over again. Oh yeah, Crossfire! I cannot wait to freaking try it, man. I'm so excited.
Man, you know, every time everybody says Crossfire, because Chris references Crossfire every once in a while, every time I hear the word Crossfire, I'm an 80s, 90s kid, grew up gaming. There's a Nintendo thing called the Crossfire. Way back in the day for the Nintendo Entertainment System, for the original Nintendo, it's called the Crossfire. So whenever somebody says Crossfire, that's the first thing that pops in my head. Crossfire is the worst thing that ever came out from the Nintendo. It was like this thing that you could use to play games with. It was horrible. It was freaking horrible.
Hey, shout out to Quad Thrash. What up, dude?
AA. The updated version is just called the Mad Mushroom V2. What it is it has because I asked this to Vass because I wasn't finding a lot of details. The old version does have a slightly higher gain, but the new version is smaller, lighter, and has a better SWR. So essentially, it makes use of the radio waves better. to boot, the V1s, and still to this day, the V1s, if you can find them, are $30 a piece. The V2s are $20.
I remember that game too. Night Train, the Steel Marbles game, where it's called Crossfire. It's kind of like what's that game? Hungry Hungry Hippos, but you're shooting at each other with little metal marbles.
Yeah, we had a game that involved a lot of crossfire too. It was called shooting Roman candles at each other. One time I found this tape gun, right? You know how they got a handle like a gun? And freaking what I did is I taped together 4 Roman candles and then taped that on top of the tape gun. So, and I lit them, not just straight up. I had a...
I've done that before, not at friends, but just around, shooting them around and stuff.
Gotta love burning phosphorus. Awesome.
But yes, AA, Crossfire! That's how the old commercial used
Taking
to go.
it back a little bit.
They used to sing that like a metal 80s tune. They used to go, Crossfire!
Yes, hey, Joseph, yes, it is. It's I got one of the last Crossfire starter kits known to mankind, thanks to Josh Withrow.
My Google foo is strong.
His Google foo is very strong. There's a Canadian company. I forget the name of it right this second. Rotor something. I forget what it is. They're the last company on earth to have them because it is discontinued. And for $200, you can't freaking beat that.
Did you guys notice while we're talking about Crossfire and 80s, did you notice we have a Noid in the chat?
The Noid's been in the chat for a while now.
Yeah,
I know.
But
it didn't mean anything until we were talking about throwbacks.
Right? I have been meaning to ask them. Noid FPV, is that from the old school game show? Yeah, that was my favorite, dude, when I was a kid.
Well, and then he was in the Domino's commercials, too.
That's right.
Yeah, he was funny in the Domino's commercials, the little Noid guy.
Yeah.
Blizzard, that would be awesome to get that VTX. I posted my email, but if you want to get a hold of me, if you have the contact information for Chuck or Josh, they can get a hold of me. Or you can add me on Facebook under ErrlRC. Just search up my YouTube name, ErrlRC, on Facebook, and you can find me really easy.
That's ErrlL.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. ErrlRC. What's funny is I actually had to put a space in between Earl and RC. I started off my channel as ErrlRC with no space in between it, and everybody kept calling me Eric.
Well, now it's going to be ErrlRC FPV. So
that's too much. Maybe Earl FPVRC. Maybe. I don't know. I do have another channel that I was thinking about possibly doing just for flights, but I would like to try and merge my channel because there's not too many channels out there that, you know, are dedicated to both flying videos and ground RCs. So if I get the chance, I would like to just try and dedicate my channel to both those and have one of the few channels that actually do both instead of making a whole second channel just for flying and then ground RCs.
Let me tell you, Earl, I don't know what your goal is on YouTube, but I'm going to say this. Some of the guys that are big in the quad community, like Schizo, and who's the other one? Wild Willie. They both post ground RC stuff on their channel too. And there's a lot of guys that are getting into, or not getting into, that are into drones that are also doing the wings and stuff. Because some people like to try to separate them and treat them different. RC is RC as far as a lot of people are concerned.
That was for AA. He's like, be you, Earl. Hell yes. That's what I try to be. I've never tried to be like fake or anything. What you see is what you get. That's why I'm always so sporadic and all over the place sometimes. It's because my fucking brain doesn't work properly sometimes. Either that or I'm just too fucking high. One of the other two. Either way. But yes.
I think Josh knows a little something about the crosshair patch.
Crosshair patches.
What Thrash was asking.
Oh God, are you guys like trying to get me started?
Yes.
Picked up one of those crosshair. Okay, So, yes, bro, you're going to be much happier with a crosshair patch than you are with a. Well, it's actually not a patch. So first, let's correct that. It's a crosshair antenna. Now, the patches are just PCB board with a flat piece of metal on them. And yes, they are directional. And yes, they do get slightly better gain. And I do use that term, use that word with that indent. Oh my God. I say it that way for a reason. They are better
I'm
than an
allergic,
omnidirectional, but they're nowhere near as good as a crosshair. A crosshair will have a wider field of effect in both the vertical and the horizontal plane, and it will be far more sensitive and pick up the RF signals. So they're really not bigger than the patches. Sorry, go ahead, Alvin.
No, I was repeating to what they were saying. They were talking about FPV and some actual like ground RCs. I think that would be cool as heck to actually do that. I've heard of a few people doing that, putting some FPV cameras on some ground RCs, mostly like crawlers and whatnot, because they're a little bit more slower. I think it'd be a little bit harder to do like a racetrack with an FPV like on it, doing jumps and stuff like that. It might fall off, but just driving around would be pretty fun.
I've actually seen it in the on I don't know what it was called. Do you remember the old Rabbit RC car? How big it was? I think it was gas powered.
Yeah.
Okay, it was about that size. Yeah, it was an electric one though, and they put an FPV camera on it and went and harassed people around the neighborhood. Well, dude, that thing was so shaky when it was moving around, you could barely see.
Yeah, that's what a lot of like even when you're not doing FPV and you just put a camera, like an action camera, it gets really shaky. No matter what you do to try and remove that jello or whatever shakiness as you like to call it, jello, it's just really hard because those bodies are always going like this, just like shaking back and forth as you're driving around. But there's cameras that can make it better. Like, what is that? The new GoPro has the image stabilization on it, so I bet that would be better for something like that. If you're just doing like recorded videos, not necessarily FPV, but you're recording from like an FPV perspective.
Yeah. We all do it.
That would probably be a lot more smoother than.
Just needs more ND filters, as far as I'm concerned.
And double A. Yes, brother.
Florida Blaze.
All right. Well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Most of us have work tomorrow. We've had some fun tonight. We've given some stuff away. Get to see Alvin's handsome, smiling face. I have to make sure that I press that point in our super secret sauce chat to RDFPV. He's got a few more passes coming his way. So, Alvin, I want to thank you very much for being in here tonight, being a part of our stream. I hope that you will be available to be a part of some streams going forward. You guys know. Yep. Make sure you hit up ErrlRC and give him some incentive to start documenting his FPV journey and all of his wings and cars and everything else he does. Go show him some of that subscribe love. Want to thank my cohort in crime, Charles Chuckett Hoover. He is unchained tonight, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, real quick update. Haven't heard back from Val yet. So, guys, that still might be on the table. We'll see for that charger. Hey, I also want to tell you guys, hit the like button on your way out, fools. We love the support. If you guys have something you want to say, something we're doing wrong, let us know. If you want to talk shit, I'm really good at it. So, it's on.
So keep your eyes open. The Night Rip Challenge is going to be shut down tonight. Look forward to either tomorrow or Friday getting that poll online, and we'll have about 1 week's time for you guys to make your votes and decide who the winner of the Night Rip Challenge is. As always, guys, I want you to fly safe and be smart, and happy crashing.
And crash art, bitches. Ah!